and he can be an impact player there. Certainly one to root for as a potential comeback player of the year. You've highlighted him.
Yeah. I mean, Jonathan Drewen has all the talent in the world. He always has. And seeing him take care of his health and his mental health and things that he was dealing with is, again, when we see him come in here, he did those tough things. He had to address things that are tough and things that I don't know about, and a lot of the public probably doesn't know about it. I know he talked about it a little bit, but to see him get these results in the first game of the season, that feels good. And the bigger thing is seeing a smile on his face.
Yes.
See the teammates' response. Those are good things. That's what we love to cheer for. And yeah, comeback could be a comeback player of the year. Look out for Jonathan Drouin.
There's in the Metro another great candidate for a comeback player. Rupper, please. This is the stuff of fairy tales. Brian Boyle didn't play in the NHL last year, Rupper. You were celebrating it last night, plays in the World Championships, and then not only plays last night, he plays great.
He does. Brian Boyle is the epitome of a pro, a pro's pro. And Mike Sullivan knew him well, knew him real well. I played with Brian Boyle and for Mike Sullivan under the John Tortorella campaign with the New York Rangers. Brian Boyle will do anything it takes to win. The bigger story with Brian Boyle is he's had some struggles and he's had some different things and health issues in the past, and he's had some great storylines, man, from scoring a goal and dealing with his bout with cancer to scoring a goal on Hockey Fights Cancer Night to getting a hat trick the next year on Hockey Fights Cancer Night.
Against Pittsburgh.
And then you're sitting here in this situation where he didn't play organized hockey last season.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he didn't play. And then he said, all right, well, I'm going to go to World Championships. They took him, made him the captain. And then I'm paraphrasing here, but I'm sure there's a conversation at some point with Mike Sullivan. And Brian Boyle, he's been very, since the interview when he scored that goal, said, I want to win a cup.
Yeah,
like, that's what I'm back
there.
for.
Yes.
That's why I came here. And what a start there. So keep an eye on Brian Boyle. He's a special guy, and some special things are to come.
He is a special guy, and he had a special night, 2-1 on banner-raising night for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Yeah. We move to the Central, and this is one that everybody can get behind.
Yeah, Jonathan Taves. Jonathan Taves, not seeing him in a Hawks jersey.
Didn't feel right.
No, it's weird, right?
Yeah, last year was...
And then the uncertainty of not knowing what's going on. And really, quite frankly, it's none of our business at that time. But you just hope everything's okay.
Yeah.
And all that matters now is he's back. And he seems to be good and handled his business. This is awesome. Jonathan Taves is a great leader. He's one of the most decorated players that our game's ever seen. Like, he's like that much, right?
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? So having him back in the fold here for the Hawks is going to do be a world of difference for them. But more importantly, just to have Jonathan Taves back to some normalcy in his life is great.
We saw what he dealt with health-wise. I admire whether it's Robin Leonard, Jonathan Drouin, or Jonathan Taves, that they are open about their health struggles. It's inspiring. Brian Boyle, his cancer fight, because out in the real world, that's an inspiration to people. Oscar Strong. Yeah. These guys, and I speak on behalf of the fans, guys like you inspire us. And the fact that you cope with physical pain and illnesses and ailments and COVID and everything, it's inspirational for the everyday fan to know while you guys are superhuman, there's also times where you are human. And I think it's just wonderful that these guys have the courage to open up and share those stories. As we go to the Pacific, you got a cool pick in this division.
Yeah, so when you go to the Pacific, and I know these other ones were for other reasons, but I think they're all impactful players. But this is one I think can get back to the level he was at one point. And at one point, Oliver Eckman Larson was considered the most underrated defenseman in all of the National Hockey League. It's been a little bit of a struggle for him in recent years. And he's getting an opportunity here, right? He's going up to Vancouver. I think he's hearing the question marks in regards to him. Mm-hmm. I don't think you get to a point in your career where you're as dominant as he once was, I want to be careful with this because I don't know. I was never a superstar like that. You don't care what people say to some degree, but then you also do. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can't be hanging on every word, every negative thing that's said about you. You can't read articles. You can't do those things. But you know when you're not playing your best, and you know when people are thinking that you're not there anymore. I look back to when people started questioning, is this the downturn of Sidney Crosby? That was back in probably 2015. 2016, won a cup. 2017, won a cup. Conn Smythe, both years. I think he answered that.
Yeah.
And so when you see players that do these types of things, again, I'm not trying to say that Oliver Ekman-Larsson is Sidney Crosby, but he's going to get an opportunity, a new life here in Vancouver. I'm expecting him to have a big bounce-back season.
I can't imagine it being anything but a bounce-back season for Tyler Sagan. Limited to 3 games. What a warrior, by the way. The year the Stars played for the Cup, he played through about 37 injuries. He won the Patrice Bergeron Trophy for playing with the most pain. This guy, 2011 as a rookie, he wins a Cup with Boston. 2013 goes back to the Cup final. With the Dallas Stars, he's one of their identity pieces, Rupper. A healthy Tyler Sagan. What can he be for them this year?
A difference maker. And that's one thing that I noticed when they went to that Cup Finals, and everybody was talking about it, right? Something's not right. Something's not right with 91. He's just not right. He's not himself. And I respect that he didn't say anything.
Not a peep.
There's no excuse. And then you start hearing these things, and that goes back to what you mentioned with Patrice Bergeron. When you start hearing some of these years when they're done, it's like Patrice Bergeron has this rap sheet of broken rib. He's got this. He's got displaced that. I mean, it's unbelievable that he was able to play the game and play it at that high level. So having Tyler Sagan healthy can be all the difference for this team. I like this Stars team, and I know we were picking one in each division, but this guy's right in that mix too because I want to see him get back to that form. Yeah. I mean, as a young player, and I know because I was fortunate enough to win a cup in my rookie year, and he won it as a very young player too. That sets the bar really high, and you're a cup chaser for the rest of your career again because you tasted something and nothing else is satisfying you anymore. You know what I mean? So I want to see him get back to that because I think he's got this drive inside of him that being healthy is the main objective. Then we can see Tyler Sagan get back to himself.